The podcast you are listening to of Holmberg's Morning Sickness is brought to you by my friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Trust me on this one. You've had barbecue before, but you haven't had it this good. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale, ericsfamilybbq.com.
When was the last time you had really good Texas-style barbecue? Eric's Family Barbecue, the way it's supposed to taste. Always delicious, never rushed, and prepared to perfection. Eric's Family Barbecue uses only 100% fresh meat, slowly smoked over mesquite wood until it's juicy and delicious. We all know their brisket is the best, but have you tried their pulled pork ribs, or rib tips? Amazing, and their sides are all house-made. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Make the trip. You won't be sorry. Go to ericsfamilybbq.com for more information.
Holmberg's Morning Sickness.
The old method of treatment for a person in this condition was to throw him in jail.
98.
Now for Brady. It's late, Brady. This is your fault with your Mongoloid 500s nonsense. It's time for the Brady Report. It's all the news Brady knows. Blah, 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 blah. Got to get my book. It's brought to you by our friends at Hooters. Man, watching that game last night, I had to go down to the H&H Ranch and grab something. I went by the Hooters, and it was pretty full up downtown there for the football game. But what a weird football game. That Chiefs team has something going wrong. Something ain't right.
They're leaking.
They're leaking in a big way. The Giants are not good. It's weird. Anyway, we were talking about NASCAR. It's almost championship weekend. I believe that happens. Like this weekend. It's huge. If it's not this weekend, it's next weekend. I don't remember. But they got a lot of stuff going on, and you can go down there. It's the headquarters for racing action. Post a pic from the tire display at the downtown Hooters with the hashtag HootersArizona and receive 10 bones free with the purchase of any 10 wings. Best enjoyed with a Bud Light. Hooters and Bud Light brings you this Brady Report. Brady Report.
Good Tuesday morning to you, Phoenix. Hello, world.
Hi.
Happy Dia de los Muertos Day.
Dia de los Muertos. Muertos. Try again. Dia de los Muertos.
Dia de los Muertos.
That's good, Brady. Well done. Now
Pretty
think,
close, yeah.
Here's what you got to do.
So watch Coco, the Pixar movie.
Think of it as a big carne asada stuffed burrito, and it's called a Dia de los Muertos. It'll flow right out of your mouth. You'll struggle with it as like some weird holiday against your God. But when it's food, I think you can say it.
I like their little ceramic dolls. We got a couple of them.
Dead doll, the little...
Yeah.
Somehow or another, that's probably racist.
We got it. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, you guys having it. Probably against some sort of cultural thing.
You know, we're in San Miguel, Allende, and Ronnie wanted to do that because that's where we kind of, that's where I was proposed to her, was intending to propose to her.
That's right.
So she got a bride and groom.
And speaking of Dia de los Muertos, what happened then?
The guy that I was going to visit took his own life. What?
Yeah, the week that he was going to propose to Ronnie down there. It was like right around it, right?
It was. It was the Monday before.
The Monday prior to you going.
Yeah.
Wrote Brady a letter. Brady, I go into the office and Brady's like, well, this is weird. Mike just sent me a really deep letter about how much he cares about me and loves me, and it's strange.
See you on Friday.
See you Friday. And then, he killed himself.
Wow.
And Brady, you still went, right? Or you guys
no,
didn't go?
we didn't go.
Your family was going to go?
The romantic proposal took place at the CPK
That's
at
right.
the Biltmore.
California Pizza Kitchen right there at the Biltmore. Now, you, because it's a reasonable...
Well, I had to tell her.
Still a step up from Mexico.
I had to tell her what happened. We're not going to Mexico.
Well, sure. Because of the bloodstains.
Our host is no longer alive.
Right. Did she know she was going to Mexico that weekend?
Yes, but she
didn't
know
that was the proposal.
Yeah.
But she knew your parents were going to show up?
I'm not sure if she knew that part either. That was going to be a surprise, too. We're all going to be at the
Did you fly out any of her family at all? Nope.
No.
This is a big celebration.
There wasn't really anyone to...
I know, but you could have asked a couple of people. Like, do you have anybody you'd like to go? But there's Bunny and Torp show up, the nephews and nieces. It's a big Brady trip.
See what I just did? Pretty great. Step over that big blood stain. That's, they haven't cleaned that up yet. That guy's melon everywhere. Anyway, happy Dia de los Muertos.
He drank a potion.
Oh, he did? I thought he shot himself.
No, and
so
Jim Jones whipped up a potion for
him.
him.
He had somebody build it for him? I didn't know this.
Yeah, and then
Man,
I got a call that morning from his builder, home builder, And his name was Sebastian Zavala. He calls me. He's like, Mike's not moving. He's in the hammock. And he
won't get up.
Yeah.
He called you.
Yeah.
Why? You're like miles away.
For some reason, that was the number that they're so
last time I
wild.
called. Man, he did not want you to get married.
Dr. Bogan over here.
Brady, that guy did not like the idea of you proposing at all. He took that to a whole, I can't live in a world where Brady's getting married. Wow.
It was a sign. I'm like, maybe
I shouldn't have done that.
Really protesting the marriage.
Brady, you know I love you very much and never want anything bad to happen to you, but I can't stand by and watch this. I'm going to drink poison. It's Shakespearean.
So wild.
It is. It's even today. It's weird. And that was like 16 years ago. He was my old boss for like a blip.
Yeah.
And first time in radio. He owned some radio stations. Seemed like a good. I didn't know him very well. You obviously know him
Amazing
very
guy.
well. Seemed like a very nice man. Very smart. And he wanted the F out before he came to his house. It's like anything but having Brady as a house guest. I've had Brady over for dinner before, and I started to drink some of the bleach.
Wait, Meyer, what?
I can't take it. This guy's going nowhere.
He was supposed to go back to the Mayo Clinic for further testing.
And
he always said that if I ever got, we talk about it here, if I get diagnosed with something.
I'm one of those guys.
I'm
not a fighter.
Not sticking around.
Same.
And so we never really found out because they can't really, the patient doctor privilege. Yeah. But he didn't go back, and he's like, I'm not. So
he found out something horrible.
I think something was going on. Yep.
Yeah, and he pretty much said, I'm not dealing with it. And he started to probably feel it. So that's my
feeling
rule.
And what the next step is. We're going to have to do this procedure.
Diagnose me with the deadly thing.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll go until I feel it.
Yep.
I'm not fighting it. I got no interest in that. I don't want to spend portions of my entire world beating back the deadly. If it's curable, maybe. But if it's this thing I got to, if it's this lump in my brain.
He had a little heat going on, too, because his girlfriend at the time.
Yeah.
He called off the wedding a couple times because he wanted to.
Well,
no. She wanted to have kids. He's like, and he's told her a couple times, look, this would be round 3 for me on kids.
Yeah. And I don't have much longer. He probably knew at that point. Also,
he didn't want to be, he'd say Mick Jagger.
Sort of insensitive to you going down there with a guy who's going through the whole cancel the engagement thing and proposing in his house. I put a little heat on. So he's like, she sees a proposal in this
It was his
house.
idea.
I'm going to drink poison. Yeah, it was his idea. He wasn't going to be there for it. What does he care?
It's like, look, we'll plan it this way.
My idea with you is to go jump out of airplanes.
I did. Maybe the fact that I'm going down there's like, I can't do this because now the heat's going to be on me.
You're just now thinking
this?
You just now thought of that? The guy was in a back and forth with this lady he wouldn't marry?
No, because at the time he was engaged. They were.
Right. And then you're going to do it for real. Yeah. He was just keeping her at bay. Yeah. And you come down there with a real proposal and set a wedding date, and she's going to see that. That dude put a concoction together because of you.
He would have told me.
He did in that letter right before he drank.
Can't you see?
Yeah. Right before.
It was just basically a one-line comment.
Yeah, right before
the letter was
Romeo took the swig, he had already told you. That's a crazy story. Brady's engagement is a crazy story. It's a pretty good one, though.
A couple of baseless fun facts.
Unless you're that guy.
We might have heard this one before, but the plural of barista?
Dickhead.
Barista.
Barista.
Baristi.
I was going to say, you just said the same word.
I was confused myself.
Humbles over here interrupting me.
I was guessing. Jeez, man.
It was your fault.
You
should drink bleach.
Listen, you can also say baristas.
Okay, so the plural of
both
baristas,
are acceptable.
Baristas.
You can say baristi.
I'm not going to say either. The dude, the Starbucks guy.
If I have to address more than one Starbucks guy,
which Starbucks guy is helping me? Starbucks guy.
Hey,
That's
Bariste.
The plural of what I see. And I don't go in Starbucks. It's usually just that miserable circle of death at the 16th Street and Bethany Home Starbucks.
Oh, that location is horrendous.
Nightmare.
Man.
You get in a line that's trying to get out of line because it's a circle. And the same way in is the same way out. So the line out becomes the line in, and it starts to dovetail who needs in what. Hours, people. I don't drink coffee.
Why do you wait?
I don't.
There's not
I
you.
don't
I mean,
understand
in
it.
general.
I go by that thing and I'm looking and I'm like, how important is your milkshake? And Dutch Brothers, don't even get me started with that. There's triple lines. They're going out into the road.
Ridiculous. They got it down pat.
Accidents. They don't have it down pat. They have to close streets with cones on Sunday morning.
They treat Boss right over there.
Yeah, they like you, Boss. Because you love small talk and you like chatting with that girl with the iPad.
You seen any good movies lately?
Not really.
What are you guys up to today?
Oh, we're burying our child, Sid's baby.
Oh, wow. What time's that happening?
Good God, lady. Do you have a soul?
Cool. Yeah, that's cool.
Cuckoo.
I also like that you're talking like a mongoloid now. They treat Boss right.
Me treat Boss right. Dear Brady, God, I love you. You're a wonderful man. Don't take this personally. But there's a time and place for a wedding engagement, and yours isn't here. Anyway. Damn it.
Brady! I need from Mike!
Brady, the first letter leaves me a bit wounded. Let's try again.
Ow.
I asked him a question, whether, I've got the ring with me. Should I put it in the packet in my luggage or put it in the carry-on?
I don't care.
And he said, put it in the carry-on. It'll be fine. I love you.
Fine.
Don't you forget that.
Yeah.
Because
he was just about to guzzle
and then he repeated
elixir.
the email again, answering the question again, which he's never done that before.
No,
and I thought, that's kind of odd.
Full of tears.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And probably the poison
A lot
made
of
him
things
dizzy.
on his mind at that point.
You haven't talked to anybody from that situation? Like the whole family's out, right?
I've talked to the daughter that I went to high school with.
She wants answers.
Yeah, she has but that's
crazy.
A long time ago.
Anyway.
It's possible to be DeKnighted in England.
To be DeKnighted?
Yeah. If you've committed a crime and are sentenced to at least 3 months in prison.
They take you out.
The king or queen can DeKnight you. 5 people have been DeKnighted in the past century. Looked it up. Sir Anthony Blunt.
No idea.
He was a banker.
Like
another banker, Sir Fred Goodwin.
Tony Blunt.
He was the CEO of the Bank of Scotland.
They like bankers.
He got caught in an embezzling scheme.
This guy says, do you think that guy was secretly in love with Ronnie or Brady?
Brady.
Maybe he loved you. Did you guys have a fling or something we don't know about? Or did he ever try to...
Oh, the other wild part of that is...
Oh, wow, look at you on Earth and stuff.
I know.
No, Strong Bear back in the day.
Oh, God, the Indian psychic.
I asked Strong Bear about him. And that's funny that you mentioned that part.
He loved you. He thought he was gay.
No, Strong Bear, I thought he was...
A homosexual for you. Well, if you're going to be...
Not for me.
Twinking for you?
Well, I was going to say, if you're going to be the homosexual, Brady is not the first... You're not going to kill yourself over that guy.
And that was quite the... Yeah, exactly.
I mean...
You got better options.
I think you're pretty great, but I'm going to keep breathing Earth's air if you turn me down.
Gen Z is sharing the trends by millennials that they plan to end. There are a lot of battles between baby boomers and the younger generations, millennials and Gen Z. There's a thread online where members of Gen Z are suggesting trends by millennials that they plan to end. They made a little list.
Wow, all right.
Weird drawn-on eyebrows.
Thank God. That's a plus. Well done, kids. Because we're not all in favor of that either.
That was number 1. Number 2, the bad relationship millennials have with other generations, including boomers.
Well, they're going to build the bridges.
Yeah. Expensive hipster food like avocado toast.
A little too pricey, but delicious.
Choosing a financially stable job over their dream job, then regretting it.
Oh, so they are a little... You're going to go heavy dreamer compared to the millennials?
Cable television.
It's already gone.
Yeah, big step there.
Everybody's
kids.
streaming.
Way to be on the forefront
Yeah,
of
we're going
that.
to get rid of cable.
The whole I've been doing this longer than you vibe from that millennials carry.
I don't know that one.
The man bun hairstyle.
Yeah, that's got to go.
Thank Christ.
Yep.
Lip injections.
Lip injections are getting a little silly.
Drinking IPA beer.
No, that's delicious.
Cancel culture. It's the last one.
All right. Well, they're against a few of the good things. Leave IPA to the people who like IPA.
Yeah.
But get rid of the man buns. I'm
But the
with
man
that.
bun's got to go.
Yeah.
Like, that's a societal nightmare.
Now
Unless
that,
you're playing soccer in Spain, there's no reason for you to have a man bun at all.
Now that the Zuck changed the name of Facebook,
Meta.
there's a company that's called Meta PCs, and they applied for the patent earlier, filed for it earlier.
How much?
$20 million.
Reasonable.
See if
They'll buy
Facebook
it.
can have it. But Mark seems to think that the application that they have might be a different product. But this guy filed the trademark Meta for computers, laptops, tablets, software, and other tech-related uses.
Just
That seems like it would cover it.
Covers everything.
genius.
Yeah.
Squatting on that. That's
so
brilliant.
right now they're sitting on it, and Facebook isn't doing anything about it. They'll wait until the ruling. In the meantime, the Meta PC's founder, Zach Schutt is his name, did a little Photoshop thing of Zuckerberg holding one of their computers from his the ad that has it's pretty good. And their sales have just jumped.
Yeah. Well, they're getting great
5,000.
advertising for the Zuck. Scott Haynes asked, Brady, have you been de-knighted from the Burger King because they see you at Wendy's too often? Is that I don't know if that, did they knight?
I never was knighted.
That's
at
a great idea.
BK.
Burger King should
They
knight
should.
some customers.
Yeah.
You are Sir Brady Bogan of the Burger King.
The kingdom of boogers.
Yeah, and they do the whole thing about, because Brady can't even say burgers,
Right.
but they do the knighting with a spatula on your shoulders instead of a big sword.
Always think of the Bugs Bunny when he's knighting.
That's right.
And he says it. Sirloin of beef.
That's right, Brady, because you're a grown man. I think of
There's
actual
this
knighting.
woman-
I know, Brett. It's like being with. Look, we can't say the R word
It's a
anymore.
classic.
We can't use the R word for this kind of stuff anymore. It was a classic, but you know what I think of when Paul McCartney had it done? An actual knighting, because I'm a grown up. Sirloin of beef. Brady sees the Queen.
So stupid.
I'm the sirloin of beef.
You nailed it, sister.
Nice job, Liz. Thank you, Lord Subject. Thank you, Lord Subject.
So stupid.
Sirloin of beef. What's the other one? Go ahead.
It's something like beef of Worcestershire.
Yeah. Sirloin of beef. And the only reason I know that is because I've heard Brady say that about 1,000 times. He always thinks, you know how you know you're dealing with somebody who's not quite all the way up to the top floor in the elevator shaft? As the guy says in his 50s. I always think of Bugs Bunny.
The best knighting ever.
I harken back to the knighting of Bugs Bunny. Sirloin of beef. I'm kidding, of course.
The Duke.
I'm not.
Mr. Connery, please step
Is
forward.
that it?
Here we go. You guys are magicians.
Praising His Most Royal Majesty.
We are
the
R-words.
King.
And Bugs had costume changes, man.
The King, Your Majesty. The Sheriff of Nottingham, in gratitude for your faithful service, I
This is
shall
how Brady
knight
thinks of
thee.
knightings.
Your most gracious majesty. In the name of my most royal majesty, I knight thee. Arise, sirloin of beef. Arise, Earl of Cloves. Arise, Duke of Brittingham. Arise, Baron of Munchausen. Arise, Essence of Myrrh.
All right. And that is Brady's knowledge of the
That's the
monarchy.
best knighting I've ever seen.
That's how Brady refers back to the monarchy. If he was in a like a big symposium of scholars talking about
I always think back of the knighting of the sirloin
Sheriff of
beef,
Nottingham.
and of course the essence of myrrh.
Baron of Munchausen.
I would say that the man to my right knows nothing of knightings and why they occur and who's actually had them done.
Sir Sean Connery. Sirloin of beef.
Of course he remembers that one. Food joke.
This woman who lives in Atlanta.
You guys are just picking it up of why that registered with him? Okay, I was going to say. The reason Brady thinks of knighting of sirloin of beef is because that makes
You brought it up to Burger King.
Knightings are now Pavlovian
So
for him.
dumb.
Knightings are Pavlovian.
Ooh. Paul McCartney got knighted. I'm hungry for beef.
So this woman, Taylor Davis, she lives in Atlanta. She showed up in an emergency room with a minor head injury. Ended up walking out because they were too busy. She stayed there for 7 hours.
They're not laughing with you.
No, we haven't even heard a word
I don't know
you
what
said.
you're talking about. I'm just giggling with these idiots.
So she left the emergency room.
He's lived this long. It's amazing that he hasn't wandered off into traffic. Stop it, Brent. You're making it worse.
See? Good night, everybody.
Mic drop.
No, it's not a mic drop. No. That is a non-mic, unless you're 6 or have massive head trauma.
See, it's amazing. The one guy that's never
don't
heard
do
it.
that.
There's always one.
Sorry, now we've given him credence.
Yeah, now he thinks it is.
There's nothing better for good defense, John.
It's a good reference.
Not good reference at all.
Anyway, this chick stayed in the ER for 7 hours. Laid on her yet. She didn't get her head stitched up. She left.
Mm-hmm.
Week later, gets a little invoice in the mail for $700
Yowzers.
because she opened the doors. So she's going to try to fight it. But right now,
Well,
since
yeah,
she
you can't just open the door and be charged.
Yeah,
with
you
Burger
need to
King.
fill out the paperwork. You need. You're having the administration get you dialed in the program.
You have to be receiving of some kind of services, no? Uh-oh, what do you got?
A third of the.
Show you in a second. Go ahead. Dude, juice.
My uncle who had massive head trauma.
That's all I care about right now.
My uncle who had massive head trauma.
Real moment.
I don't want to do anything anymore.
Couldn't ask for a
go home.
better time.
Oh, man. It's just kind of all sort of dumb of ass people are. Just want to stop trying. Come on,
According to
Sheba.
this
Come on,
survey.
Sheba.
Exactly.
A third of us will spend the holidays with at least one person we dislike.
Oh, yeah.
Only a third.
Everybody. I'm trying to pull off a coup of the century.
Yeah, how's that going?
It's okay.
Getting it?
Travel's hard right now. It's okay. To spend my day on Thanksgiving eating turkey on the X where Kennedy got hit.
JSX don't fly there?
JSX does have flights to Dallas. I don't know if they're there now, though. I don't know if they've opened that route yet. It's not even about that. It's about getting everything arranged here.
Dewey Smith lives in Florida. He broke into several cars last Wednesday. Did it while eating pizza. Police found marinara sauce on the handle of the one vehicle. And then down the street, they found an empty pizza box. Directed them to another car that he'd broken into. And a neighbor nearby told the police they saw a man that night who had a plastic bag filled with credit cards. He also stole the remnants of a Little Caesars pizza. It's unclear if he went for a second pizza or not, but it sounds like it. The authorities followed the trail and found Dewey. He still had the bag of credit cards. It sounds like he was done eating pizza. He told the deputies, "You got me red-handed."
With tomato sauce.
Yep.
Just stealing cards out of cars?
I guess he had the credit cards, and then he was looking for other stuff in cars.
Who keeps their credit cards in their car? Or just had a bag of credit
Yeah,
cards?
I think
from
he had
before?
the bag
How do you
of
get
credit
those?
cards.
Jeez, that's impressive.
John, you realize that you planted the seed because Brady does call Paul McCartney.
McCartney Asada. Paul McCartney Asada.
Nice.
Those burgers, we can't figure out why that speech thing is not fixed.
Had myself a big old booger.
Pulled a burger out of my nose.
Yeah, and he has burgers in his nose and boogers on his plate. He can get the words. It's like an Asian with L's and R's.
I had a big burger in my nose.
Like, what? You confuse booger and burger when you talk.
I'm making shirts right now for Sir Milk of Magnesia.
Yeah, all right. No, no. Don't. Stop it. Come on, we're picking the fruit up off the ground now. Don't encourage this.
Rotten fruit.
You know this dude, Jonah Falcon.
Giant pee-pee guy.
Yeah.
Isn't he dead?
I thought he died too.
He's that big
He's
14-inch
alive.
wang.
But he was telling the story about how he got stopped at airport security because of the bulge.
Because of his dork. He tells
He's like,
the story
it's
all the
not a
time.
big deal. because they don't really touch it. They look down there and they figure out. Now he goes, now you have the ones where you can stand, and they just show you your whole deal. But the reason why he's in the news is there was some guy in Mexico that was claiming to have the longest.
He's got a bigger one.
Yeah.
Man.
And they found out that the guy did, in fact, it was the longest for one bit, but he was using weights to stretch it out.
Oh, he's cheating.
And then they actually got him on the hospital table, and they found a bunch of added skin. It was really 8 inches. The other,
what do you mean
was
added skin?
They added skin onto it
do
to make
that?
it long. Stretching and stretching and
so
sewing.
it's his actual skin. He Gene gummed some skin on?
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Said it was a little fake.
Yeah,
so Jonah's is 13 and a half.
Just sitting
7 to 8 inches in diameter. It's like the size of my wrist.
Oh, my God.
That's probably the right reaction for your arm bar.
Yeah.
There's a picture of Jonah right now.
Look at that dong. He's wearing a pair of tights in this photo.
Impressive. He says like it's...
He's got a movie career ahead of him.
Well, he's been
over
around
8.
for a long time.
A little over 8 or so dangling. Engorged.
Engorged, it's 13. I thought it was those hanging.
That's what I thought, too. But
That
there's some
dude-
blood flow.
That dude on Blacked.com isn't bigger than that? That Julio Gomez?
Wow.
That's the biggest thing I've ever seen in my life. That I actually just sat and watched the movie. There was no pleasuring anything to that because it wasn't human. It's like watching aliens fly a plane. Nothing about that looked like what I'm familiar with. Julio Gomez has what I think has to be. If this dude's bigger than that, Julio's getting it done.
Let's get to some radio videos.
Starting with Julio Gomez.
That's what I was just trying to look up. How big is he?
How big is it? If it's only a foot,
6.5-inch girth.
Jonah's got him.
10 inches.
That's it?
According to the internet. That's the first thing I pull up.
Because
10 inches.
Kendra Wilkerson, or whatever her name is, puts her arm next to it, and it's from her elbow to her wrist. It's the same.
Hank Baskett's ex?
No, not that one. Her name's Kendra. Sunderland. Okay. That's her name. She puts her arm on it, and she goes, "Oh, hi, Larry." Puts her arm elbow to wrist next to this thing, and the guy's like, "Yep." And then she just does stuff to him. Yep. I don't know where she's hiding it. Like, I've seen magic tricks less impressive than what the heck's going on there.
Got first one, girl's getting hurt. She's doing the styrofoam peanut stuffing boxes.
Okay.
She unloads it.
There's a big, giant thing of styrofoam peanuts. Does it get sound?
I don't think so. Maybe. I'm up.
It just drops on her.
If you've got
That's
me.
it? Styrofoam peanuts attack
That
a
was
lady?
just a little opener here.
Oh, man,
Got a
just an
tiny
opener.
girl
Sirloin of beef was a better
joining Scorpion Masters.
Oh, yeah. Why do I care about a lady getting covered in packing peanuts? That's not even, like, painful. How's girls
Great
getting
prank.
hurt at packing?
She died after
I
that.
know how
That's
your
what you're missing.
brain works sometimes.
This is a little girl getting hurt.
Yes.
What is that? Is that a child?
Yeah, jumping on the couch.
Oh,
double whammy.
man.
Definitely had the wind knocked out.
She is Caleb now. That spine's not the same. Oh, the somersault with her face planted firmly in the earth. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, finally got the air.
It's a terrible thing to say, but I like when kids realize they've just hurt themselves in that little, 8-second gap between the cry. Oh, it's
Next one is dad trying to impress the kids on the water slide.
Okay.
They've rented.
Oh, whoops, no, he missed the water slide completely. Oh, man. It's not even sliding. Listen to the kids laughing. Insensitive prick.
What?
Not even Snapchat right there.
Boom.
How to break your nose on an inflatable water slide. You have done something so bad.
You'd ask the party dillo about that. I made it.
What? How do you break your nose on an inflatable? Oh, here we go.
Little sprint down the street. Does not see the dog coming across the road.
Might be a cute girl. She's running as fast as she can. And the dog takes her out.
Oh, what a tackle.
Form tackle. She runs a little special.
Can't say that.
Yeah, you can. Why is she doing this? She's
For the TikToks.
Yeah.
running like a girl.
Last one, it's getting cold in parts of the country, shoveling the driveway.
Sure.
Some people just
Where
need
is
to
this
get
guy?
in. This is
the North? Is this John
North
Snow's
Pole.
house?
The North Pole.
Let's go to the wall. Shovel it out.
Hang on, honey. I'm not done with the driveway. And there she's got some groceries in that car. She's got to unload.
But she should probably wait for the gate to open before she bashes it. In case her husband's on the other side. She knew what she was doing. He's going to open that for her. Is she sliding to a stop or is she? No.
That could be a slide. I don't know.
The
It
ice.
looks like she's
She shouldn't
busting
be
through.
She should not be trusted with the BMW. By the way, that's a beautiful home to have a gate like that.
Yeah. 2 gates. There's another gate right
My
next
guess
to it,
is
isn't
that's
there?
not her husband. That's a worker. Because nobody who owns that property or that car is shoveling. They killed a Mexican. That's all we just watched is Alec Baldwin just got home.
Mexicans aren't up in the snow, are they?
We have to get back to the house immediately. Don't stop at the gate.
Hilaria.
Ay, Dios mío. Don't worry about it, Hilaria. Just go to drive. What's his wife's name?
Hilaria.
His wife's Hilaria?
I think so.
Hilaria Baldwin. All right. There you go. Don't.
Now people are sending over knighting once. It's her douche of bag.
Yeah. None of them are going to be worth your time. Oh, God. It's like Carrot Top rolled in for a second. Everybody laughed. You're like, what's happening? I'm in a room of people I need to be out of a room with. I need to go.
Sirloin of beef.
And the fact that Brett died laughing at it makes me think less of him than it does of you for remembering it. I think it put him lower than you. And order was restored. There you go. Better late than never. There goes your Brady report. It's 98.
Hey, it's not weird. It's pretty cool, actually. No membership fee.
I have heard enough of this.
You've been listening to Holmberg's Morning Sickness Podcast, brought to you by our friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Eric'sFamilyBBQ.com.